Good morning, everyone. I'm back at it again. It's a beautiful September morning here in Minnesota. I love this time of year. We start getting some cool overnight temperatures with that morning mist. And it's some of the best fishing of the year too, especially for smallmouth bass. I'd say it's the best time to be throwing topwater the whole month of September. So that's what we're gonna do today. We'll go see if we can get into some topwater smallmouth action. I have a topwater lure I'm gonna throw at him that was sent to me by a fellow named Takeshi Fukuhara all the way over in Japan. Now he sent me this in the middle of winter, so I did open it up and take a look already. I just could not wait until summer. So I believe this is made by the Handsome Lure Company. It's called a PopSlider. And if I remember right, Takeshi said a friend of his custom paints these. So you can see it's a topwater popper type lure. And I really dig the paint job on this thing. It almost reminds me of peacock feathers. So this lure made it halfway around the globe. I'm gonna tie it on and we'll toss it at some Minnesota smallmouth today. I've got that PopSlider tied on. I decided I'd go with my 6'6" medium heavy fast action St. Croix Bass X rod today with 30-pound braid. Just because it's pretty much a one-of-a-kind lure to me. I can't just go down to the sporting goods store and buy another one, so I want to minimize any chance of that thing breaking off. This thing is a little bit bigger than the topwater lures that I typically throw at smallmouth. It's about the same length as the Super Spook Junior, but it's definitely a little bit wider. And as you can see here, instead of treble hooks, it has these double hooks. And then a little spinner blade on the tail. I think it should work. There's only one way to find out though. Let's toss it out there and see if we get bit. Yeah, it does have some pretty nice popping action to it. Oh, look at that. You can walk the dog with this lure too. Maybe that's where the slider part of the name comes in. Well, that's nice to know. That thing walks pretty good, actually. Well, that's a good thing, because right now, early September, the water's still, moderately warm. Those fish are most likely going to be pretty aggressive still and might prefer a faster moving lure. So if I can walk that thing rather than just popping it, that might actually help our chances of hooking into something. I'm fairly confident if I put that lure in front of fish, they're going to hit it. We just got to find the fish out here. Usually when it gets as cold as it did last night, I'll find them off of these points in the morning, but the water temperature might be warm enough where they're still all up on the river. So we're gonna work our way up that way eventually. I am gonna hit these 2 points here real quick though. We'll give them a couple casts at least. Oh, did you see that? That was a big bass. Actually, it was a beaver slapping his tail at me, warning me not to come any closer. He's got a lodge right over there. Not much action at the first couple points I hit. Point number 3 here usually holds something though. There's some nice big boulders that extend out off in front of that point. Throw that PopSlider over there, see if there's a big smallie hanging out. I was just about to reel that thing in. Mr. Bass was like, give me that. Come here, bud. There we go, first one of the day on the PopSlider. All right, we'll let him go and see if we can catch another. I did find a couple back here in this slack water. Right around this point is where we start getting into the river current though, so I think that's where we're gonna find the majority of the fish today. Throw that guy right about that point. See if anybody's home. Oh, somebody took a swipe at it. Got him. Yeah, that one's a little bit better fish. Come here, bud. Nice. Nice little smallie on that PopSlider. I think we're going to find a lot of bass tucked up underneath these grassy banks today. A lot of them have some hollow space underneath there. Those fish can sit underneath the grass, get out of the current, and wait for some food to come by that they can ambush. Nice fish. Just trying to swim right back underneath that grass there, but I'm not going to let him. Oh yeah, that's a big one. Come here, you. Hey, hey, hey. Wow, look at that. That is a tank smallmouth right there. Just like I was saying, we're going to find a lot of fish tucked up underneath that grass there today, I think. And that's exactly where that one was. Wow, what a nice fish. We'll release him right back underneath that grass. So right now I'm floating my way back downstream a little ways. I did work my way up along that opposite bank, pretty much to the bend up there. I did find a few fish over in here, but once I got to about there, the weeds started growing in real thick along that bank. And those bass definitely seem to like a clear view out in front of their hiding spot. So I'm gonna float a little bit farther down and we'll work our way up along this side This side doesn't get quite as much sun exposure, so I don't think those weeds are going to be quite as thick. And hopefully we'll find a few more smallies hanging out along that grass. Oh yeah, that one blasted it. I didn't think he's all that big of a fish, but he sure did hit that thing hard. That's not a bad fish right there. Come here, bud. No funny business now. Nice. Off you go. Oh. Did you see that? That was big, whatever it was. Please be a bass. I think it was. Nice smallie. All right, you come back over here. I'm going to drop my anchor so I don't go drifting too far downstream. Oh, you come here, dude. Jeez, that is a tank. Come here. Wow, look at that smallie. I'm gonna get him unhooked. We might get a weight on this one. We'll get a quick length and weight on this guy. So he's 20. Maybe just a hair shy of 20, but we'll call that a 20. I'm gonna let him hang out in my net for just a second. I'll get my scale out. We'll get a weight on that one. I've got my scale zeroed out. Let's toss this fish on there and see what she weighs. I'm curious to see. This has got to be one of the fattest 20-inch smallmouth I've ever caught. Press hold right there, 5 pounds even. Jeez, that's pretty heavy for a 20-inch fish, but man, look how thick that one is. Absolutely beautiful smallmouth. Well, I think that's going to conclude today's trip out here to the river. It's been about 45 minutes since I caught that big one, and pretty slow going since then. I caught a couple little fish a little bit farther upstream, but that was about all the action I had. So my stomach's starting to rumble anyway. I'm going to head back to my truck, go grab some lunch, and then maybe hit a different spot this afternoon. It's been an awesome morning out here, though. We caught some real nice smallies on that Japanese PopSlider. So big thanks to Takeshi for sending me that to try out on some Minnesota smallies. Definitely got the job done out here this morning. Caught some quality fish on that guy. So thank you, Takeshi. And thanks to the rest of you for coming along with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.